The F-450 Platinum is the ultimate American pickup truck. I'll include a link to the Super Ford and Salt Lake's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this F-450. Let's get right into it. The 6.7 liter high output Power Stroke in this goes through a 10-speed and it produces 500 horsepower and then 1,200 pound-feet of torque. If you're able to, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. It massively helps out the channel. I'm a big fan of this particular color. I think it looks really sharp on the new Super Duties. Now everything is bigger in America, including the headlights. I mean, that's like the size of two people's heads combined. Massive grille here. You've got the giant Ford logo with the camera at the bottom. We also have recovery points, fog lights, and an air dam. Other than the air dam that's easy to remove, I think it's a really sharp looking front end. 255 by 70 by 19.5 is the tire and wheel setup. You got bigger wheels for bigger brakes with the 450 here. And yes, HD suspension. It's just cool to see springs that are massive. Platinum badge there on the side of the F-450 badge too. We've got the 6.7L Power Stroke badge. This has the bedside step system, and then just behind that we've got our leaf springs in the rear, and then of course this is dually only. Like all Super Duties, this has HD construction. It's solid axle, front and rear, body on frame. With the key fob, we've got lock, unlock, remote start, tailgate drop down, and then the Ford logo there on the back. Outlet in the bed, we've got LED lighting in the bed, fifth wheel prep, no bed liner, 8-foot box, for those of you that are wondering, plenty of space, and then it does have the tailgate step system, and finally, it auto raises. Very boxy rectangular taillights with this Super Duty plaque there on the back. You've got the bumper steps on either side. There is a spare tire underneath. Towing capacity, bumper pulls about 30,000 pounds, and then gooseneck is about 40,000 pounds. Always look at your exact truck configuration to make sure that the towing matches your needs. Let's now check out the interior. With the Platinum package, you got fancy suede with the nice leather trim and the stitching, power side steps too. Platinum logo there, perforated all down the center with the seats. And there is under seat storage with this. Great legroom here in the back. Got a little storage pocket. Cup holders in the rear, heated seats, some USB ports, vents, power outlet. And then headroom's decent. The sunroof does bring things down a bit, and this does have a power sliding rear window. Keyless entry for up front, and let's check that out. Blind spot monitoring for the mirrors. They power fold in and power extend out. Memory seats, and then here's the power mirror functions, all of your window controls, and then with these Platinums you do get double pane windows up front. 14,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating, and then we have 4,829 pounds of payload. Platinum again there on the front seat, perforated all down the center. And then you've got your power adjustments with lumbar support on the side. Light controls and pedal adjustments just to the left of the steering wheel, and the steering wheel itself is power adjustable too. I like the faded Ford logo, that's kind of cool. But yeah, really nice trim all around the steering wheel. Of course, column shifter. It does have, see there, plus and minus, so you can shift the gears yourself. You got practical controls in the front face, including controls for the center. On the other side, we've got our adaptive cruise control, volume and voice command controls. Now with the screen here, of course, digital. And that means that you can change the information that's displayed depending on what you're looking for. It also has a fun animation for the drive modes. That ain't a 450. Come on, Ford. Truck's over $100,000. You can give it custom animations. Heads-up display. You've got more nice trim on the dash. Of course, 2 glove boxes. Bottom one's lockable. 360 camera system. Good resolution with the camera itself. And then above the screen, there's diesel exhaust brake and hill descent control. But as for the screen, you notice massage seats. Yep, got to have that for the yuppies, right? But yeah, this is quick to respond. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are now a thing with the Fords, which is great. It's pretty much all you want for a screen. But yeah, I mean, it responds quickly, but as long as you can hook up your phone, that's all you need nowadays. Pro Trailer Assist, trailer brake controls just below that. And then below that, we've got our drive line select. So it has a part-time four-wheel drive system, 2-speed transfer case, drive modes built in too. Analog controls for the radio, for the climate, dual zone climate heated ventilated seats with this version. And then down below that we've got phone charging pad with some USB ports, sliding cup holders, big center console, tons of space. Got Platinum there on the top. I do like the trim on this. I think it's really nice. And then we have 6 auxiliary switches. I'm not sure why those were all on. Panoramic center flag, I said. Total MSRP is $106,990. Let's see how it performs. 450 Platinum. Big truck. I pressed the wrong button. I meant to adjust the mirror. Big truck that requires a big bank account. Very big bank account. I mean, if you're being smart financially, $106,000 truck. I mean, you got to make at least like $500,000 a year to be able to like comfortably afford one of these, right? Like if you're making a regular, like you're not, like if you're a business owner, right, you can kind of, you know, tax write off and all that kind of stuff, so you can do a little bit of stuff. But if you're not a business owner, you're just getting a paycheck from someone else, you gotta make like $500,000 a year for one of these. But I don't know anyone who owns one of these that doesn't have a business. That's the thing. For a business owner, right, well, it's $100,000, especially with the new taxes. This is a $100,000 write-off, and that's huge. I mean, because of how write-offs work here in the US, you cut off from the top, not the bottom. So, like, you know, for the first little bit of money you make, you pay like very little taxes, and for the top of your income, right, you're gonna pay more taxes. So if you get, like, if someone hypothetically was in the top tax bracket and then they bought one of these, then, I mean, you're talking about so if someone was in the top tax bracket and they bought one of these, then you're talking about saving like $40,000 in taxes roughly. You're still spending money, but you're kind of getting like a 40% discount on the truck in a way, because if you would have not spent that $100,000, you'd instead paid about 40 grand in taxes on, maybe more, if you, especially if you're from like California or something like that, over 50% tax rate there with federal and state and everything else, right? It's like you're getting the truck for more than half off. But this is, I mean, for being an HD vehicle, very HD vehicle, this thing doesn't drive bad. You know, it's bumpy, but it's to be expected. Got big old leaf springs in the back. It's unloaded, but it's still pretty comfortable for what it is. Yeah, you know, I kind of like vehicles like this that bump around a bit, because, you know, modern vehicles, a lot of them have become so comfortable, and it's nice, don't get me wrong. Over a long road trip, yeah, give me smooth suspension. Oh no! Wait, is it clearing? I think it's clearing. Yeah, give me smooth suspension over a long road trip. But, you know, it also, it's just like there's no character. It's kind of boring. Okay, it is lifting. I was like, I don't know if I want to go all the way, because like there's the point of no return where you can't really, you get stuck and you just gotta wait. But this feel like when you're going down, just going down a road, it kind of feels like you're in an adventure because you're bumping around all over the place. Like, we got to remember, being able to travel in comfort is such a new thing. It's such a new thing. Because what did we have before cars? We had horses, carriages, both of those bumpy, right? Or walking. And, you know, walking's actually not that bumpy, right? Depending on the terrain, depending on how fast you're going. But yeah, anything with wheels would have been bumpy until recently, so like this isn't bad. And it has so much torque. It's got infinite torque basically. This has so much torque that even if you had the 40,000 pounds behind it, you'd still be able to move. You'd still be able to get out of your own way. And that's what makes the 450 so appealing with the Power Stroke, is that torque delivery, is the fact that even loaded up, even hauling heavy stuff, doesn't matter, this thing can still get out of its own way. It's extraordinarily capable. So in conclusion, this is kind of like the ultimate American truck beast. It's massive, it tows a ton, it has an insane amount of torque and horsepower, it's insanely expensive, luxurious, it's got everything. And the thing that surprises me is Ram and General Motors don't really compete with Ford on this. They have 4500 series trucks, but they are chassis cabs. They don't make a 4500 series truck like this that has a normal bed. And so like, Ford has a monopoly on these, and I don't think Ram and General Motors realize how valuable this is, because there's so many people, like I said, business owners, that they need the payload that this provides, the gross vehicle weight rating that this provides, the braking power, everything that this has. That's what they need, and only Ford provides it with a regular bed, because a lot of them, they want to do a flat bed. They don't have to worry about that. So let me know your thoughts.